On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Happy Christmas, everybody. Hooray! Let's do some yoga. Take your knees as wide as the mat. And we're starting in a child's pose. So send your bum back towards your heels, arms out as you fold yourself down to the mat. Now, we're focusing today on a partridge in a pear tree. Tree being the optimal word. So I think you can guess where we are headed. Mainly because partridge itself, there are so many birds in the 12 days of Christmas. Never knew until I investigated poses for each individual day. So just take a couple of breaths here in your child's pose, just a little bit of grounding. If you're anything like me, it's Christmas, you are so excited, have been up since probably 3 o'clock. You might not be excited at all, and it's just another day. So regardless of where we're at, let's ground ourselves together. So just taking 3 deep breaths, in and out through the nose, or if you've got the sniffles, maybe through the mouth. Just settling yourself in. And then just look towards the hands and start to bring the bum, the hips round to the left, bringing your body weight all the way forward. You could bring your knees in slightly here if that feels better, and then taking this circle all the way over to the right. So finding some big circles, starting to find some movement through hips, through the body, as big or as little as you would like, and then take it back the other way. Maybe sitting your bum all the way down on the heels before bringing it up and back. Lovely. And then the next time you come back through center, just find your all fours position here. Hands below shoulders, knees below hips. And inhale to lower the belly, lift the head, move through a couple of cat-cows. Exhaling to press spine all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale to lower belly, rise head. Yeah, finding some lovely cat-cows today on the Christmas. Happy Christmas Day! Sorry, ruining all your grounding work there at the beginning. One more move each way here in your cat-cow. And then come back through center. Start to take your hands slightly in front of the shoulders, tuck your toes, and find your first downward dog of today. Maybe you've already had a couple. Maybe easing, and by that I mean a couple of downward dogs. Christmas, yes. Anyway, taking some steps out through the feet. Really spreading those fingers, finding a downward dog that feels good to you, sending the hips high. Finding some deep breaths here. And then on your next inhale, I want you to shift forward into a plank. Finding that straight long line, shoulders over your wrists, and then lower the knees, send the elbows back as you lower yourself all the way to the ground. Lovely. And just place your right hand underneath your forehead. Actually, I lied, left hand underneath your forehead. You're going to bring your right foot in towards the bum. Take your right hand back towards it. Press your hips down into the mat as you press your hand into your foot into your hand. Oh gosh, Christmas, and she's away with the fairies. So really here, press the hips down as much as you can. It will really maximise your amount of stretching here. Pressing forehead down. Taking one more breath here. And then gently release the foot. This is where it's about to get fun. You're going to reach your left arm out in front of you. As you turn onto your left side, right foot coming into thigh or to shin to find a tree pose on your side. Right hand can either press down in front of you to give you a bit of balance and stability, or maybe rise up. Yes, our first tree of the practice. Finding a happy little Christmas tree. If you want to really test the waters, maybe pressing hands above you, trying to find that Christmas tree shape, rolling that right shoulder back. Yes, I mean, I say Christmas shape, kind of Christmas tree shape. Prepare for lots of tenuous links through this series, ladies and gentlemen. Tenuous is the name of the game. And then gently release the right hand back down, come onto your belly, bring elbows underneath shoulders, hands flat out in front of you, rise up into your Sphinx. So elbows are underneath shoulders, hands out straight in front. Gently rising the chest, rolling the shoulders back, still pressing hips and tops of feet down into the mat. And then gently press into your palms as you rise the elbows just a little, and then exhale to take it all the way down to the mat. Now this time, right hand is making that little pillow for your forehead. Left foot kicks back towards the bum, reach that left hand back, grab a hold of the foot, press foot into hand as you press the hips down into the mat, maybe rolling back your shoulders too to get a little bit of an extra stretch there. And if you want to intensify it, bringing that foot a little closer into the body, as well as pressing that foot out into the hand, two opposing kind of directions, as you press those hips down into the mat. One more breath here. And then gently release the foot. Right hand goes ahead of you, so straight ahead of you in front of your head. As you roll onto your right side, left foot comes to thigh, to shin. Maybe that left hand comes to the earth. As you find your tree on this side, maybe left arm rises up. Roll back that left shoulder. Oh, it's wobbly. Oh, it's a wobbly one. Maybe that left hand comes overhead as you find that Christmas tree shape. Roll those shoulders back. Staying here for 3, for 2, for 1, and then roll back onto your belly. Oh yeah. Shoulders, or elbows rather, back under shoulders. Press those palms out, roll the shoulders back, find your Sphinx. I wondered how long this hat was going to stay on for, and I mean, it's already excelled expectations, exceeded expectations, as they would say in the world of Harry Potter, which I also think of as Christmas. Keep those shoulders rolled back, head facing forward. And then press into the palms, gentle lift of the elbows and release yourself all the way down. Now bring your palms back underneath your shoulders. Inhale to press up to your knees, tuck your toes, lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. And then take a gentle walk all the way up to the top of your mat. Now forward fold here, pressing the hips over the heels, finding that release as you tip the tip of the head down towards the mat, and either staying here or clasping your hands back behind you, pressing them all the way up. Maybe taking a little bend in the left knee as you peer under your right shoulder. So just finding a little twist. Right leg is straight, left leg there's a little bend and you're peering up to the right. Yeah, you feel that? Yeah? You got it. She's got a plait in her eye. She's good. And then release it back down. Can you switch that clasp? If you've got your hands clasped, press it the opposite way. And this time there's a little bend in right leg. Left leg straightens, peer up and to the left. Finding it on the other side, still pressing the weight forward and bowing down, but finding this little twist. Right leg has a slight bend, left leg is straight. And then release the hands all the way down. Tuck your chin into your chest and roll all the way up. Lovely jubbly. Inhale, lift the arms high, all the way above the head. Exhale, take them wide as you bow down. Forward folding here. Inhale, lift hands to shins, find a half lift. Exhale, release. And you can either step right and left foot back to downward facing dog. If you're feeling like this is your chance, this is your Christmas, pressing your hands into the mat, jumping back, bending the elbows as you go and moving through a flow. Or you're stepping back to that downward facing dog, shifting forward into your plank, maybe lowering the knees, lowering the body all the way down, finding that cobra pose. And pressing all the way back, downward facing dog. Yay! Now inhale, lift the right leg. And exhale to step it through between the hands, lowering that left knee. Rolling the shoulders back. If you have got blocks to hand, or you like using blocks to give you a little bit more space, then press them around your foot here. Roll the shoulders back, and as we exhale, we're going to straighten this front leg, maybe peeling toes off the mat, heel down. Inhale to press the foot flat forward, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, roll the shoulders back. And this final time, exhale, straighten. Just stay here for a breath. And then inhale, bend forward. We're going to rise that back knee. We're going to press that back foot flat to the floor and rise warrior two. Yeah, so back foot, toes are facing long edge of the mat. We're going to take those arms out to the side, bending through that front knee, making some space between your feet. Taking a breath here, releasing the shoulders from the ears. And either staying with your hands out here or continuing to face as if your right arm was out. Giving yourself a hug, right arm over left. Keep facing the front. We're feeling that Christmassy, loving spirit. Yes. Maybe shuffling the fingertips back behind the shoulder blades. Yes, yes. One more breath here. And then release the hands. Now here where we're getting a bit weird. A bit weird, wanting trees. Pressing hands down to the floor. We're going to step back to a three-legged dog. So right leg high. And then maybe your right sole of the foot comes to the inside of the shin or the thigh. To find a little tree up in your downward dog. Keep pressing the bum high. Yes. One breath here. Maybe you shift this whole shape forward to a plank. Feels weird, and rightly so. And then step into your plank, move through a flow. So you could be lowering your knees, your body to the floor. Coming up to a back bend, which could be that Sphinx that we did at the beginning, or your cobra. And then pressing yourself all the way back. Downward facing dog. Lovely. One big breath here. Now inhale to lift your left leg high, reach it up, and then step it all the way through between the hands, lower that right knee. Fingertips on the earth or on blocks, roll the shoulders back. And then as you exhale, straighten that front leg as much as it will go. Doesn't matter. Bend, no bend, whatever feels good today. Maybe toes lift. Inhale, place the foot back down. Roll shoulders back, bend through that knee. Exhale to straighten, to move towards straight. Inhale, bend. And this final time we stay here for an extra breath, taking that leg long, finding a breath here. And then pressing forward with that foot, bringing the right knee off the earth. So lifting that back knee, grounding the foot, rising to a warrior two. Yes, yes. And just finding that position that feels good with your feet, where your knee is bending over that heel. So if it's going really far over the heel, widen those legs a little. Release the shoulders. Gaze over those left fingertips, either keeping the arms here or taking left over right, hugging, but still looking as if you've got that hand out in front of you. Still looking out in front of you, maybe wiggling the fingertips back behind you. A Christmas hug from me to you. Wink. I had to say wink.
I didn't get that.
Because I couldn't wink. Oh gosh. And Siri's also trying to wink. Hey there. One more breath here. And then take the hands around by the foot. Step back to three-legged dog, lift this left foot high, and then bring it in to calf, to shin, to thigh. Finding that weird tree in your downward facing dog. Pressing those hips high still, even though this left knee is going out to the side. And then maybe coming forward into a plank in that very odd shape before placing your foot back down and moving through something that feels good to you, some sort of flow. It's our last one, I think. So making the most of it, coming all the way back to your downward facing dog. And then just start to walk the feet up to the front of the mat. And forward fold over your feet. Taking a deep breath here. Now bring those hands back behind you for that clasp. You could place them on your sacrum if they don't feel good clasped. And we're just going to bend the right knee, look up under that left shoulder. Yeah, finding that twist that we found at the beginning. Still forward folding. And then we're going to release back to center. We're going to grow our Christmas tree, or our pear tree, should I say, that our partridge is sitting in, up from here. So we're pressing down into the left foot. Place your hands on your hips and start to bring your right foot, so heel is into shin, toes on the ground. Slowly start to grow it to wherever it wants to grow to. Feet could be on the inside of that shin. They could be up in your thigh. Yes, maybe when you get here, bringing hands to heart center, making sure you spread the standing toes, rolling those shoulders back, and maybe finding that really rubbishy Christmas shape. It's not really, because we've got a bit of a wonky tree, right? Our right leg is out. We haven't got a left side. But fingertips together for that diamond at the top. Maybe it's the star. Who knows, whatever you're feeling. One more breath here. Yes, yes. And then release the foot down. And just shake it out. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. And then press your hands on hips. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale to press the bum back and fold back down. Forward fold. Releasing yourself down. Tip of head down towards mat. And then bring your hands to a clasp behind you, opposite finger on top. Press that clasp up and behind, or you can have your hands on your sacrum here. Bending the left knee, right leg is relatively straight, peer under that right armpit. So twisting over to the right hand side now, little bend in left leg. Wonderful. And then release your head back down to center. This time our right foot is secure into the ground. Bring the hand to the hips. Bring the right foot to left heel on shin and gently grow your tree all the way up. Do not worry if there is wobbling and falling happening in the growing. It has to happen to get the growth, so it's cool. Maybe bringing the hands to heart center, finding a spot to gaze on, that one spot to gaze on to keep you steady. Roll the shoulders back and then maybe finding that diamondy shape above your head. Oh Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches. She's here all night. One more breath here. And then just gently lowering that foot all the way back down. So you're at the top of your mat and just bring your feet together. Inhale your arms up, rise to your tiptoes, and exhale, bring your hands down through heart center as you bend all the way down to a little squat. Knees are together for the minute. Yeah, lovely. And then bring the knees wide. Maybe you bring your hands or your forearms down to the ground or down to the mat. And this is your little partridge. We had to have some nod to the partridge. We just grew the tree. We rooted that tree. We grew it all the way up. And now here we are. Little partridge. Seated in that tree. Take one more breath here. And then gently walk your hands towards you. Sit back onto your bum. Nice work. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together in front of you. Bring them as close to your body as feels all right. We find our Badaknasana. Roll the shoulders back. Hands could be on the ankles, could be on the toes, could be laying out in front of you, could be behind you as you roll the shoulders back and sit up here. And you might stay seated here, gently exhaling to release the thighs out a little more. Or maybe you find a fold. Send the bum back. And folding down, pressing those soles of the feet together, looking out from under your Santa hat. Taking a deep breath here. And then gently rise yourself up if you were folding. Send your legs out long, out in front of you. Just make sure you're really rooted to the ground here. Shuffling those bum cheeks out of the way. Yeah. Toes are flexed and pointing up. Reach the arms high. Exhale, send bum back as you fold. Maybe grabbing a hold of the feet, maybe letting the hands rest on the mat. Lifting the chest, trying to bring the chest towards the shins, really reaching it forward. You can put a bend through the knees if that feels better here. Taking one more deep breath. And then tuck chin into chest, roll yourself up. Plant soles of the feet on the ground. And gently lower yourself down. All the way onto the floor. And just take your arms out wide. Legs out long. Feet as wide as the mat. And then bring these hands, right hand to belly, left hand to heart. Maybe keeping those elbows out, rolling the shoulder blades under, and finding a deep breath here. 3 deep breaths, breathing into the hands. and then feel free to stay here for a little longer, finding a bit of a relax at the end. Maybe depending on what time of day you're doing this on Christmas. Maybe some will be suited better than others to gently relaxing, maybe after dinner. Anyway, whatever you're doing, I hope you have the most wonderful Christmas. Join me tomorrow for, what is it, second day of Christmas, 2 turtle doves. I wonder what she'll have in store. Have a lovely Christmas.